Robert A.M. Stern Architects has a long history in both designing buildings in cities and urban context, and also in designing libraries.
The Community Learning Center uses traditional architecture really as a means of fitting into the community. So if you notice, a lot of the buildings downtown in South Bend have that same classical architecture, traditional architecture. They align with the street, they form a street. It's all about urbanism. And so one way that we thought it was important for this building to engage with the community was to pick up on that architecture. So we were inspired a bit by Union Station. We were inspired by some of the other brick and limestone office buildings and classical buildings downtown, like the courthouse and the Morris Theater. And, you know, it's really trying to bring together. South Bend had a wonderful, dense downtown at one point, and it's been slowly over time, some of those buildings were lost, and there's a lot of empty lots. So it was really a process of trying to bring back that street life, bring back that urbanism, and use the building as part of that.
We think that the library in the 21st century really is both a traditional library, as you think about it, and an expanded community center. This is not new, actually. It goes back even to the days of Andrew Carnegie, when he was giving money to libraries throughout the country. When he made his donations to different communities, he stipulated that not only should it have books and all the things you would think of in a library, but it would also have an auditorium or a community space, because he felt like the library was the place where the entire community could get together and discuss issues of the day and just to come together as a community. And we really believe that is important. We believe the library is one of the few places that is open to everyone and everyone is welcome in. And we wanted to make sure that happened in the project here in South Bend.
You know, it's really important to protect the buildings that we have in our built environment right now more than ever. Building sustainably starts with using what you have and not starting over if you don't need to. So we really took time to study ways in which we could reinvent the existing library spaces, but within the box that existed, which was in good condition, but then find a way to add on to that. And so most of the traditional library functions remain in the library, and then most of the community learning center functions are off across the courtyard. And so there are a couple different things that we thought about very carefully. A lot of the existing building had very low ceiling heights, but there were some really wonderful areas that had these nice double height spaces. So it was really a lot of strategic thinking about how to reorganize the space within the library so that we didn't have to change the basic stair locations or elevator locations, or we were efficient about the way that we were doing it. We were also taking good advantage of where those double height spaces were. So those spaces became the children's area. We took care to make sure that there was some double height space at the entry, so you have a feeling of lofty connectedness with all the activity happening on the first and second floor immediately when you enter the building. So we really took the time to make sure that all the circulation on every floor is a clear cross-axis. You can see through the building, you can see light on either side, and every room takes you back to that central crossing, so you really can't get lost. It's always so fun to see these projects in the end, see how they come together. There's always something that surprises you. In this case, we knew we wanted to replace the windows in the old library. They had been glass block, which was very off-putting from the outside and limited to some degree the natural light on the inside, and we knew that was really going to be transformative to the building. The degree to which that was so critical was really a surprise to me. It really opens up the space inside. You get these long views through the circulation spaces, through the stacks, back out to the street. You feel like you're part of the activity of the city. And then walking by, it gets dark so early around here. Walking by at 4:30, it's already getting dark, and you see this kind of buzz of activity on the inside, which I think is going to be a big part of the success of the building. It's an advertisement for itself from inside and out.